Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an author, speaker, and proud father. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. You may have to step away from the crowd. And this is kind of a follow-up of the last one I did, because I said pay attention to the men who march to their own beat. But you might have to step away from the crowd yourself, because ladies, I'm gonna tell you something. This is some game I gave men. Some game I gave men. I said, you know what? If you win that woman over, you really got to win over her 5 friends as well. Because ladies, we know how you do. Very few of y'all just march to your own drummer. Very few of y'all just do what you gonna do. Most of y'all influenced by somebody. Most of y'all get in that group, y'all get in that crew. First of all, you get the dude's number. Used to be, y'all get his number on a piece of paper and then pass it around, talk about it. Now y'all just get the number in your phone. So y'all probably pass the phone around and stuff. Now, I don't know what y'all do exactly, but I know how y'all do. And, you know, that guy might be fine for you, but you know what? You might have got to make sure your friends like him too. And then it's the overall peer thing. What's the overall women talking about? And I've seen this. I've seen women be convinced that certain men are attractive just because the group thought they were attractive. To the women personally, they ain't finding men attractive. I'll give you an example. Well, I ain't going to call the dude's name. I got respect for him, but it was an actor back in the early 90s. And this woman I went on a date with, she said she didn't think he was attractive. Now, everybody else was saying he was attractive. She wasn't feeling him. But then she said she started feeling him after her friend explained to her why she should feel him. And I looked at her, I said, shoot, if you're ugly too, you're just ugly. Own it. I mean, ain't no crime. Every single man ain't gonna look good to every single woman. Shit, I know there's some women out there ain't feeling big old Denzel. They were like, I ain't feeling. You just gotta respect them. But they were on their own. They were stepping away from the crowd. See, you gotta have your own thoughts. Too many of y'all influenced by your peers. Too many of y'all influenced by your peers, and that's not a good thing. Not a good thing for you. Because at the end of the day, when you're dealing with a man, unless you plan on being a sister wife or something, you the only one dealing with him. Or at least you want to be the only one dealing with him. What does it matter if your friends don't think he cool enough? Because that's usually what it is. Because ladies, look, I'm just going to be raw with you. When the dude's a bad guy, your friends usually telling you, oh yeah, go for him. Girl, you can change him and stuff, you know, as long as he cute. Or sexy. That's actually a better term to use. Because ladies, as an aside, we know y'all be checking out the men for sex appeal. That's ultimately what it's about. So, you know, your friends see him and they're like, yeah, y'all be shooting. Now y'all can get his picture, you can going on his IG and send it around to your friends and everything. All right, and the crowd like him, but just because they like him and you influenced by the crowd, that don't mean that guy's good for you. Because ultimately, every single one of y'all is an individual. Now, some of y'all do get to the point where y'all say, well, I'm my own person. I'll say, okay, then why is your girlfriend's helping make your decision in a mate? Helping you to think about it. I'm like, you don't know how that guy treating you? You don't know how that he look good to you in that, or that he's making you feel a certain way. You don't need your friends. They can't feel the same thing. Even if they feel something similar for him, they have their own feeling for him and think, oh yeah, he's fine. He's this and that. Ultimately, it's you. You the one got to be in a relationship with him. You the one got to make love to him, or be made love by him. Be made love to. You the one, not your friends. And see, ladies, let's be real. Sometimes the crowd don't give a shit about you. Yeah, the crowd's all cool. Your peers all cool. You know, when all of y'all are single. And y'all chilling, got girl power, sisterhood. Yeah, let that fine, sexy dude come in. Come in with that walk. Let him come into that room. All of a sudden, all that stuff go out the door. And you know it. You know? And now, as I said, you may have to step from the crowd. You got to weigh it, because friends are important if they your real friends. Ain't nothing wrong with getting their advice. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But a lot of times people people that they really don't know well. That's the thing. You don't even know that. You don't even know them that well. Y'all just acquaintances and stuff. And you know one of my favorite stories, because I've told it several times on this channel, my other channels, my blog, about a woman being influenced by her friend to leave an otherwise good man. All they needed was maybe a good vacation or something, or a good therapist, but she left him. Her friends were like, nah, you can do better, girl. And then she got caught up with some player who dogged her out. Then when she tried to get back with that man, she found out one of those friends who told her to leave ended up hooking up with the man. And y'all know that happens. So the thing is, you got to ask yourself, you might have to step away from the crowd in terms of the overall mindset. Whatever's your type is your type. The guy you click with. He might not be the guy who's cool to the crowd, but he don't need to be. As long as he good with you. That's all he need to be. Only time you should pay attention to what the crowd is saying is when that guy's they saying, nah, he's this or that, or you're a bad guy. But a lot of times you influence the crowd, say, well, he ain't cool. He ain't that cute. Some people even say he ain't that tall. Something. Then it's like, you laugh with this guy, you think he fine. You move on and everything. Then I told you, one of your girls are like, pull up right on him. Only thing she'll be quiet about it at first, but then all of a sudden you be at some function or something and she come walking in with him, grinning, making sure she'll put his hand on her butt. She'll grab his hand and put it on her butt, just let everybody know. Yeah, I know. So here's the thing, ladies, you gotta say what you want. What you have to do. You can't be influenced by the crowd to that extent, by your peers to that extent. Because ultimately you have to know who you are. You have to know what you really want. Ladies, this isn't talked about enough. You got to figure out, what do you really want? What do you really want? And not just in terms of getting a man. You got to figure out what you want in terms of what you want to do in life. How you want to live. You might not like putting on, like, dressing a certain way and going certain places. You might want to just sit back and chill with that dude and play video games. That's cool. So you might have to step away from the crowd, like, in your mentality. You might have to step away from the crowd physically. You might have to cut these friends off. Like I said, I've seen too many cases where women just didn't care. In fact, I'll give you a story. Now, I remember there was a friend of my ex-wife. And, thought it was just a cool thing, but it was a function, and the friend was a little drunk. And her friend was, like, extremely flirty in front of my ex-wife. And I just peeped it. I was like, damn. She was just totally letting go. And I peeped something with her. I even told my ex-wife, I said, I guarantee if I went up to her and said, you know what, I'm really feeling you, she wouldn't give a shit about you. And found out later that was true. I ain't doing anything. It was some other stuff that came up. But that's how it go. So, ladies, you may have to step away from the crowd to really find your happiness, okay? I want y'all to think on that, all right? And I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.